killing JFK.
Honestly,
that's a
I've
thing.
no idea if that's true or not.
Well, you would never find out because nobody actually knows why JFK's assassinated or whatnot. Whatever.
Who knows?
Hello everybody, welcome back to our third episode of the HIB podcast.
Yay!
If you're still here,
Good.
yeah, hello, I'm Ian.
I'm Nathaniel Wise.
My name is Yassine Zafadi. As you know, I'm Moroccan and American. I have been in this school for 3 years. I don't know why I'm saying this again, but not now you know me more. What about you, Timothy?
Hello, I'm Timothy. I am back for episode 3.
Yay!
And just to note, I will be an interchangeable, I guess. guest.
Yeah, Timothy and Sam will be like interchanged
Recurring.
during different episodes.
Anyway, shall we
Today,
begin?
yes, today we will be having a brief introduction about what we've been doing today and
And before for the last
the holidays are
the holidays. We will then move on to the Today I Learned subreddit section where I give you all some good information about the world.
from Reddit.
Then we'll move on to Sports Day.
Sports Day.
We had Sports Day today, and you'll find out sooner or later. SA like SA, the letters S and A,
and
service in action.
Yeah.
We'll then move on to Ian's World News.
Hello.
With impeachment, military parade, and Hong Kong.
Hey, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Nathaniel's Wise.
On why we leave home.
Why we leave home.
So let's begin.
Yeah.
Yes. So Reddit. Uh-huh.
Yes, Reddit. The good old Reddit. You can never get tired of Reddit. Anyway, today I learned
Today I learned.
that Isaac Newton, cool guy,
Isaac Newton.
studied alchemy, tried to put all the world's religious histories together into one timeline, thought Atlantis was real, associated with secret societies such as the Freemasons, and predicted the end of the world in 2060.
First of all, what are your sources?
Reddit.
What's the name of the subreddit?
Today I learned.
But like, who
posted it?
Yeah.
Random dude, but it's on Wikipedia.
Alright.
Yeah, but end of the world in 2060, I just don't buy it.
Unfortunately, that's too close to our,
Unfortunately.
No,
Lifetime.
it's pretty fortunate,
Yeah.
I think.
I wouldn't even believe in it since
Remember,
it's not that
it was
beneficial for
2012. a few
Oh,
years ago.
it's from a YouTube documentary about Isaac Newton. It's also from the University of Cambridge.
Oh, University of
Cambridge.
Nice.
Retrieved 7 September 2018, the Isaac Newton University Lodge is a Freemasons lodge primarily for past and present members of Cambridge University.
Freemasons. Have you guys ever been offered to join the Freemasons?
I have not, but I've met with
You guys
Freemasons.
You have?
Yeah.
Cool guys.
Go further on the Mason
No,
Freemasons.
Freemasonry.
Okay, I'm just not gonna mention my experience because it's.
No, I mean like describe what it is.
Oh, yeah.
a great topic.
It is, but I would rather keep that a secret since it was an American who was pretty affluent.
Alright, let's just
I
move
feel
on.
like
from
Freemasons everywhere, man.
Well, yeah, you do, but mostly in the U.S.
What?
Ian.
Yeah.
No. What?
Okay,
Is
whatever.
Is it the
No,
The VC
no,
of-
it's not.
Oh.
Okay.
So, does that
Freemasons. What is Freemasons? They're not actually hammering stones. If that's what you're
They're not
wondering.
Masons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are a
They're just really-
secret society that
Or
does
smart people.
things, or smart people, or rich people, and they.
They help each other out in the business world.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
If
If
okay.
you're a small business, it's really good to join them.
Well, sure. Other conspiracies consist
Conspiracy? I think not.
guesses.
Yes.
Consists them killing JFK.
Honestly,
that's a
I've
thing.
no idea if that's true or not.
Well, you would never find out because nobody actually knows why JFK's assassinated or whatnot. Whatever.
Who knows?
Yeah,
What do you guys
Freemasons.
think about it?
You guys probably know.
Yeah, wait,
know
Timothy, have you even
Freemasons.
heard of a Freemason?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Really?
Freemason? I guess there's not many in Russia, though. I've got
Well,
no idea.
they have 33 ranks. So the highest is.
I did not
this
know
is a
that.
business organization.
This is
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
it's not like a business organization. It's like a gigantic so-called secret society of successful people.
So how can you
Like-
join? Only an invitation,
I
right?
Yeah,
think it's only
invitation.
invitation.
Who
Like
invites you? I can
okay,
remember.
People. Yeah.
Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson.
Who is that?
Who? Okay, he's the VP of JFK. So he succeeded JFK
Yeah,
after being
after it was
assassinated.
Yeah.
Most of the
not
old
lying.
money, not like CEOs, business owners like Rockefeller and those bunch of guys. Those are all Freemasons. A bunch of artists, they're Freemasons. They're all basically, most people that you know is in Freemasons if they're up there. So that's like Masons, whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, off topic. So,
Anyway, back to
Isaac
Newton.
Newton.
Yeah.
Isaac Newton.
Atlantis.
He was a clever guy though,
Well,
of course he's a
Mathematics.
I mean, I don't think
science.
anyone would buy the last part of that.
2060?
Well, yeah,
2060.
that's a pretty good guess.
I mean, even Bill Nye and his videos about climate change and Greta Thunberg, even according to those people, it's not coming that soon. Not in 40 years' time.
Yeah, and they're basically the most radical in
Yeah.
society.
There is a theory, though, that the end of the world won't come by climate change, but it will come through scarcity of resources.
Yeah.
Scarcity.
Scarcity, sorry.
Well, that's
econ students.
Econ. Well, the thing here is that, unfortunately, the scarcity of resources is true, but again, because of people, eco-activists like Greta Thunberg,
How dare you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of people like her, people are now more prone to use eco-friendly energy, green
but
energy.
Think about it. In India, they're not making much money. They're going to use whatever they can to survive.
Yeah, they
Stuff the environment.
Exactly,
They
yeah.
want
well
to
they,
live.
they don't actually.
And Russia will keep on producing it.
Yeah, because what?
Hey,
they want to
they're
live.
not in the stage of using oil yet, so don't they're not really that high up. They're still using dried cow poop.
That's like the really poor villages.
well, yeah, but that's
Slums.
most of that's
It's manure.
well,
I
People
think
accept it.
India adopted a lot of good technology
Well,
from Britain.
they did, but as a gigantic
Colonial.
country with 1.4 billion people,
But they have a democracy with such a huge country.
we're just gonna stop there. Let's not expand or compare any other country in that.
Yeah, we
aspect.
won't compare any countries today, but what I mean here is that even China and like Beijing, especially, you can see people driving e-vehicles everywhere.
Yeah, you got Teslas.
Yeah,
everywhere.
well, Tesla's failing.
Tesla's fail. What do you mean?
Is it fair?
The stocks are crashing, man.
That's debatable. But Chinese government did push hard on EV, and they gave like tons of subsidies for
And you can
EV
drive
cars.
every single day.
You can drive it every single day, and if it's import, you don't really get that import that high up import tax because it's based on how many liters your engine is. So,
But then you got to think about like where all the energy for the car's coming from. Is it electricity? And
Well,
is it
we're-
electricity?
Well, just as a side note here for our international viewers, listeners. For those who don't know, in certain Chinese cities, you can't drive every single day. On a certain weekday, only Monday through Friday, on one of those days, your plate number is banned from roads in the urban core of the city.
Yeah.
According to which province your plate number is assigned to.
According to which state? Well, sorry, which city? Because
cities.
Beijing
So
is Scotland, like that.
this does not apply to e-vehicles and hybrids, I guess.
I don't think hybrids is hybrids is still within the bracket.
They have to use that.
They have to.
So if you're driving EV,
It's good. It's good
I
for you.
also saw these cool things. There's an outdoor parking, and next to each parking spot there is a small thing that says you can plug your car in and charge whilst you're in your office. And you come to your office from like wherever you're driving, you plug in, and you have a car that's fully charged by the end of the day.
And this means you also don't have to pay for electricity. which means you pay for it once. You basically buy the car, and it's basically free for you don't have to pay for gas or anything other
Which is
that
great, yeah.
gas cars might require, which is a huge seller for Tesla and all the other electronic vehicle
Very
companies.
true.
Well, what's this Chinese company that's like booming with EV right now?
Booming with EV, that's
BYD or what's it called?
well, BYD is one that's that's doing like pretty high performance hybrids that's up there. But if you're talking about just pure EVs with like a really low price tag, it's probably a Beijing car. I'm not sure how to say it in English. It's just called Beijing Qishue. It's literally Beijing automobiles or something.
Well, that's
Yeah.
an interesting.
Like yeah. So they sell really low end but EV cars, which is great.
Yeah.
Now we still have to consider where are those electricities from? Is it
Yeah.
still polluting or whatever? But we're getting there. We're planting that eco-friendly idea into everyone's mind, which is gonna work in long term.
Speaking of Greta Thunberg,
Oh.
what do you think about her idea of taking a yacht to America?
For what?
She went to the General Assembly of the UN,
Well, yeah.
and she, instead of flying, she went on a boat.
But it was like
Yeah.
it was like electronic or solar powered or something like that. It was
Wind.
The cost of that journey, according to certain experts, was $40,000.
oh, never mind.
Cha-ching.
So if we can find a source, that would be fantastic. But a lot of people said that was an unreasonable thing because all of her supporters flew in, and
Well-
she, and a crew of 8 people, used a $40,000 yacht to get to New York.
Guys,
Greta
I think we're off topic, folks.
Yeah, we are
We are
off
like
topic.
miles off topic.
We are.
All right.
But just give me like 30 seconds.
Okay,
to
30 seconds. You're on the clock.
Yeah, fine. I think Greta's
28.
I think Greta Thunberg is she's a symbol. She's not she doesn't need to support every single thing, but she's up there. She's like that gigantic logo that lights everyone, that delights everyone, that everybody believes in. She represents
You
that
have 10
idea.
seconds left.
So, okay, how she act doesn't really matter if she's there.
She acts fine.
She acts fine. How she acts doesn't really
So now,
matter.
guys, we're going to talk about
Fine.
Sports Day. I was actually here because I was sick. Still am a bit sick, but I had a long tonic, so I'm fine. But yeah, what was it like?
Yeah, my entire lower body hurts.
Oh, my fingers are killing me. My back hurts.
Do you guys just run? Or-
We did a lot of like physical. Well, it was all like
High
physical.
jump.
The name sports, but so there are 8. There are 8 stations. Thank you. There are 8 stations, and each we have like maybe 15 minutes or something per station, and we do rotations for every different station. And once you're done with the 8 different stations, the winner, meaning the one with the most points, wins the trophy.
Trophy.
And then there's also a spirit award, but yeah, it's pretty much useless.
So let's get
Yeah.
to the results, actually.
The results.
Both the Spirit Award and...
Yeah, so yellow team. If you guys didn't know, our school divides different groups, different
Just
homerooms into
arbitrarily,
colors.
Really.
So we have red homeroom,
Green.
blue, green,
blue,
yellow.
Yellow.
And yellow, I don't know where, won both the Spirit Award and the first prize,
Like a
first
boss.
place
Yeah, I guess
trophy thing.
That's what they call it.
Which is really shocking because blue absolutely demolished us. At least in our DP1 boys
We
group.
got 4, but we got 4 grades all doing the same thing,
Same thing,
basically in rotation. And for DP1 at least, blue basically demolished everyone.
Well, not demolished. We beat you and captured the flag. That's all that matters.
Well, yeah.
Shush.
Also,
Frank was not honest in that game. Come on.
It doesn't matter. Frank is not important in this.
Fine.
We're gonna bleep out your name. Don't worry.
so, well,
But not.
Blue got really bullied in tug of war
Oh, come on.
by yellow.
Mm.
And then this is what's strange. you guys were about to pull it all the way to your side, and then all of a sudden it felt like you gave up.
Tired. No
Not like
stamina.
we gave up.
Yeah.
It's really tiring. Like
Yeah.
Also,
but-
people were bleeding, like actually bleeding from their
Yes,
fingers
yes.
because they were pulling so hard.
Well, my fingers
Weak.
are okay, but they were kind of sore. Like the
Yeah, mine's okay,
the first
but-
hour.
Yeah.
My knuckles and my fingers, like the bones hurt from pulling.
Yeah, so I guess your team just got tired at one point, and then
yeah, that's the last last thing.
that was the last activity. For
Yeah,
us.
like we tried really hard for the first 7-1, and then for the last one, I'm bored.
Shoot
tired.
ball was also like
Chook ball, right? It's
Yeah,
called chook.
TCHOU.
Chook ball is really fun.
Okay, what
Like
is the
idea.
ball?
It's so you have these two net, but not nets,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
that yeah.
the
Trampoline.
Bouncy net.
trampoline nets with like an angle. And what you basically do is you have to take the ball. It's like volleyball where you hit against the net, and then once it bounces off and lands on the floor, you get a point. The team that threw the ball gets a point. And it's a really fun game because you can't intercept people when they're passing and stuff. You can only intercept when the ball is in the air from being hit against the net. And I don't know, it's just a different way of thinking that. Because usually you just try to intercept the ball and run to the other side and win.
Well, yeah, that's usually, but then it gradually evolved into hoping the other team would miss
Misses,
the
yeah,
net, and they're automatically out.
Out, yeah. If you miss the net, then you are automatically disqualified.
Yeah.
Disqualified.
So you can. So if you're not, basically this means that if you're not sure, you either don't shoot, or you have to hope that if you missed, it lands onto the floor before the net. Because the net is surrounded by like a cone, semicircle. If it lands into the semicircle, the ball is passed on to the other team. But if you completely miss and like the ball flies somewhere, you have to.
And also hope to hit the rim.
Oh yeah, the rim also.
Yeah, the rim also saved me like once because I almost missed, but I hit the rim, so our team wasn't out. But we won't talk about the other time I missed.
I missed once and the yellow team got out fully.
Yeah.
But in the end, the yellow team won.
Somehow. I mean,
Wait,
good
what?
for them. They did.
Yeah, we won.
Oh,
we won
like overall, yeah, right.
overall. Which is good for them.
Mm-hmm. So sports day.
We also had dodgeball.
Well, wait, that's the first one. Right?
The first
Yeah.
thing we played.
In our
dodgeball.
in our school for sports day, dodgeball was modified that you play like
4v4.
on a huge field, but you have not 2 but 4 teams at once.
4v4. It's like diagonal and stuff. And it's really cool topic. Like way to play the game.
That's the only game that you have to cooperate with other teams in.
Yeah.
You have to like agree to bombard one team, which was blue.
Ouch! Come on.
Green was so close. My team, by the way, was green. We were so close to winning, but then like
Guys, we won the second one.
yeah, blue won the
It's-
second round.
it's-
I just realized we have a representative from each team. Huh, nice.
Yeah, we do.
Wait, we
With
do?
one of them didn't go, but
Yeah.
Physical sickness.
also this year in our school, the P department apparently decided to have like a year-long, I suppose, sports competition with each team gaining points throughout the year, not only on sports day.
I actually think it's quarterly.
Quarterly? Or
Yeah, per term. Yeah, per
or
term.
termly.
Termly.
So, what the situation was that during PE classes, I suppose, middle school students were accumulating points, and when we came to sports day, red team was the first,
Yeah.
and yellow team was the last. It switched the other way after sports day.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so guys, that was that. Anything interesting happened like over the last few weeks?
Military parade.
Military parade?
Oh, by the way,
yeah. Save that for.
By the way,
for
we
mine.
just got back from the holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah,
The
wait, what? How do you say that in English?
National holiday.
The national
Yeah, the national holiday.
day in China. 国庆.
we got 9 days off, right? Or is it a
I've
week?
got no idea.
Or
Just
is
a
it
week, I'm pretty sure.
7. I think it's
7 plus 2.
Is it?
Well, you get the weekend as well.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, so 8, 7. It is 9. Yeah, it is 9.
Do you guys like study over the holiday or anything?
Of course.
Well, of course.
We have to. Oh, we had this biology lab report that we had to do. And
Yeah,
I'm so happy I'm not a
we all
biologist.
did that, and
That was over the holiday then.
yeah,
that was over the holiday, and we also have like this Chinese. Well, sorry, not Chinese. Math AASL investigation thingy for sine graph and the effect of constants in the equation, but that's not really that important. Not as important as the bio lab report because that's harder.
What I think the most important part is CAS.
Cassie.
Oh yeah, do you guys work on CAS this
Nope.
holiday?
No.
Of course.
What did you do?
I had to wrap up one of my what's it called?
Activities?
Oop, don't die.
I'm sorry.
Experience or
Yeah, one of my experiences I had to wrap up all together. And
Texting?
yes, I had to send it over for supervisor review, and I hope it's gonna be wrapped up in a few days,
Yeah, should be
so that I will be done with my first 2 experiences.
Yeah.
We all have at least one, right?
Yeah,
we all have
okay.
one.
TOK survival day.
Okay, and you've got volleyball.
And this podcast, of course, is
Well, of course.
This
past
is a project. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, it's a project. And any other interesting?
We had a math test, summative test, the day we got back, which wasn't really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sort of hurt.
Yesterday,
all
right?
3 of us, well, everyone besides Ian had that.
Yeah.
That wasn't enjoyable. It was just, wait, what was it? Oh, yeah, Venn diagrams, like the
Sets and
Really?
exponents, yeah.
Venn diagrams.
Sets.
sets,
Fine.
Certs.
index notation.
Fine.
Index laws.
Great.
Shush!
We also have a Chinese summative coming up. And
yeah.
we had we got our economics test results back, right?
We got them back. Actually,
We got the results before the
holiday.
Before the holiday.
They were managed by,
Oh, yeah.
but nobody noticed them until
I didn't.
they got home. So you
No,
got
I did. I did in class.
Oh, anyways, I got home and only then I noticed. So we couldn't pick up our papers until we came back from the holiday.
Okay,
We had a design technology exam as well. Re-exam. It was a summative.
For those who felt like they failed, they had to retest.
Or who wants to get better? To be better.
I mean, was there anyone who had like a 6 and retested?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was a few people.
I mean, for 4s, 5s, 3s, maybe, yeah, but
Oh, the 3s definitely. But yeah, we want to get them 7s, man.
You can
7s good.
retest.
yeah, you can redo
That's
that.
Mr. Jenkins. Come on.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Really? That's really good.
You can resubmit for Mr. Jenkins' work. That's like really great.
Wow.
You can also resubmit work in art.
Of course,
Oh,
the
okay.
exam was different. And it was actually a little bit tougher than the first one. But
Oh, yeah.
because we learnt from the first one, we could do the second one
Yeah.
decently.
Anyways, anything else interesting happened during the holiday?
I moved.
Oh, right.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, we're filming in my new home.
Not filming, we're recording.
Sorry, recording. Same thing.
Pina coladas.
Yeah, so we're filming in recording. Sorry, we're recording in my new house. We moved. Yay. Okay.
Much larger than the last episode.
Mucho grande.
Last episode, not last, but like first episode.
First episode, the pilot.
We felt like we were like sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, that's really crammed into each other, like 5 huge dudes just sitting in a really small room.
But now it's bigger, more space.
Yeah,
Better.
more spacious. Fine.
No, stop.
Okay,
Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us on
SoundCloud. That's the main outlets.
With your warm support, we might one day actually move and create a video podcast.
Yeah,
That's in the
see
thinking.
our beautiful faces.
Well,
The more subscribers, the more potential.
sure.
And give us also feedback in the comments, please.
Yeah.
Let us know what we need to improve, not just, hey, good job. Because we want to improve and we also need to reflect on ourselves. And reflections for cast are important. And we need to do those, yeah.
And please don't make it mean.
Uh-huh.
Be mean.
Language.
For me, during the holiday, I went to Qingdao.
Oh, yeah.
Just went there, sat on the beach, listened to a podcast, and unfortunately not
Not
this
our
one.
podcast.
Not
Oh,
this
okay.
one. Not this one.
It's fine. You can admit that you listen to a beautiful podcast. It's okay.
I'm not gonna listen to myself talking to other people for like an hour.
It's okay.
I've been through one. Whatever.
Anyway,
and
we're getting
read
off
books. Did my homeworks. Yeah, did some watchmaking stuff. And
At any rate, we are now to the previous era of IB, the middle years program.
the nitty
time.
and the nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty.
SA.
In the good old days.
Not SA such as in like a thing you write, like 1,000 words or whatever,
No,
but
service
and
and
action. S
action.
and A.
Yeah.
Do you guys know? Do you want to talk about it or?
Well, you also have to write tons of words for
Yeah.
it. So. And essay, we all thought essay was difficult. Then CAS came.
then CAS
Essay was like
essay was like the easiest thing.
Essay was the
ever.
calm before the storm,
Yeah.
and then CAS comes in.
Oh, so define essay.
Service and action.
And action.
It's a project or
Is it
experience.
anything like community project?
No.
Nope.
No?
No.
Because it
So,
sounds like
just for your information, Nate came here at the end of 10th grade, so he has not experienced every single
I've
MYP
experienced
thing.
something.
Something.
Though your CP can be essay.
Well, yeah, your CP can be essay, but I think your PP can be essay, right?
Yes, my PP was my essay.
Okay.
So essay is easy. You just do CP and PP.
Haha, PP.
The problem here is
I
that
gotta make that joke every time.
with CP and PP, they only cover one of your essay activities, where you need at least 3
Oh, you need 3 essay activities.
per year.
Per year?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that for each year?
Unless you have an ongoing activity, right?
Well, ongoing activities still count as 1.
Oh.
I don't think you need 3. I didn't do 3. I only did 1.
I had 5.
Why didn't you fail?
For essay, you only need 1 activity, right?
No, 3.
Dude,
Oh, in general.
In general,
yeah,
yeah, 3.
Yeah, of course I did 3. Yeah. I thought you meant like for term.
we had people
term-
who were about to fail,
Yeah.
and they were like chased
Our
down.
kind and gracious essay coordinator, Mr. BK, Byron Kennedy, he helped us and he called us and told us, "Hey, act up! If you want to pass, finish your dumb essay."
Yeah.
And then so he helped.
So what
us.
exactly is essay?
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. Essay is a thing where you help people. A basic, like in a nutshell. That's you just help
as the
people.
name suggests, it's service and action. You don't do service for yourself.
Alright, so what can you do for essay?
Anything. as long as
Volunteer at
it's
an orphanage. Volunteer at a hospital.
volunteer at a whatever.
Help.
Well, how do you volunteer?
How
You
does the
just call them
community
up?
around you?
So it's not an in-school.
But it's not like
It can be in school thing.
Can be.
For me, all of my essay activities were in school. I didn't have any out of school activities.
Well, that's probably why you had 5 activities then.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
But also, like, essay cannot be as easy as picking up poop in your community because that's like the word. That essay won't count as essay, but it has to be
you can.
something.
You can if you write it like seriously well and squeeze it in.
No, Miss G said picking up poop and like picking up trash in your community will not.
Wait, did she say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like picking up dog poop, like just you're just walking around picking up poop. It's not really helping anyone because people already do that, and they're supposed to do that. But if you do something more sincere, like helping people at an orphanage or helping teachers and
you
stuff.
have to identify a need from the community and not like fix it, but
And
fill
what's
that
a need?
A need. Okay. Honestly, most of the time, for MYP student, you came up with the need. You create a need.
Create a need.
But the general idea of a proper essay should be when you identify a need and then you use your own action in your service to improve on the lack of whatever, which is that need. So that's basically
sometimes so it's not always a need, it can be a want. For example, for all of you here, you had the school musical production as your essay, which is definitely not a need, not like you can't survive without a musical. But it was a want, and it was a school tradition, and we all took part in it, so of course your participation was counted as essay. Though I know some people had enough essay that they did not post anything. for The Sound of Music, which was our last year's.
Oh wait, I did have to do essay. Oh, I remember.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah,
For like one term?
yeah.
6 hours.
One
What?
project.
No, I had to do like a lot of essay. Of like amnesia.
Tell us about it.
Basically, I did The Sound of Music,
Yeah?
and I honestly can't remember anything because I've got like amnesia.
Like 6-year-old Nate over here.
It's just a goldfish.
Goldfish.
Yeah.
Of course.
But anyway,
Man.
essay is, I think essay is useful because it,
Well,
like in normal schools, people, like for, let's say a public school, people don't really, like, are not forced to help people around their community.
grades are everything.
Yeah, grades are everything, so
But
it doesn't
Here
endorse
it's
you.
different.
It's an international school, it's
Yeah.
more like...
It's not just because it's international school, it's because IB.
Yeah, we fit the IB learner profile. We gotta hit every one of them.
Yeah, and it's just, so essay helps you communicate, interact with your community by helping them doing things that they need.
Yeah, IB wants you to not just be an academic student, but a good academic student.
Oh,
A great person in general.
Yeah.
But honestly, for me, I think this goes for both SA and CAS. Of course, it is great to service your community, to help people to explore your own interest and help some people along the way. But for SA, I think it is the most useful for preparing you for CAS. Like,
Yeah. It's basically
a practice.
but without
CAS.
creativity.
Without the more those details added onto it, it's like a rudimentary version of you doing a CAS. So the essential ideas are the same. You still have to do the paperwork, which is a lot at the time when
Reflections, a lot of reflections.
a lot when at the time when we see it.
It might be, yeah.
But if we're looking at it now from a DP viewpoint, it's really not a lot. So yeah, it's a prep.
I actually enjoyed doing essay, but the only issue I found was the paperwork, because whenever you're sitting there filling out stuff that you really did, but then you have to prove that you did.
Well, that's kind of obvious. You have to prove things that you do. You can't just say, "Oh, I helped 20 million people."
Yeah,
you gotta prove it.
Yeah. So when you add pictures and you add
Evidence.
you add reflections and you type a lot of stuff, it's actually okay if you don't procrastinate. Like if you do some sort of action and then write it the same evening or maybe the next day, then it doesn't pile up and then you feel good. But I know people who left it literally to the last week before graduation. And if you do that, then
I don't think they even let you go through a term without doing reflections or something.
we had people for sure.
But they always
but
remind you. They're always on your back. Like, do it.
You actually get emails. I think that's an automated email saying essay reminder.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do get that, but used to get that. Well, although I didn't procrastinate or anything, it's still gonna be there. You're gonna still have emails from essay reminders.
And you need essay if you want to pass.
Pass and
If you want, you have to finish. Same thing with CAS. If you don't finish CAS, you don't pass DP.
I know some students in other countries that have IB in public schools. And what they
Like
do
America,
is,
right?
yeah, they study their local program for middle school, and then for the last 2 years of high school, they change to IB. And then people really freak out.
Yeah,
about CAS.
I don't agree with that.
And people, they're like, oh my god, I've never done that in my entire life. And then like, hey, here's CAS. Hey, here's EE.
Surprise.
Hey, here's IB learner profile. And then they're like staring at this and they're like, we don't understand.
Because I believe in public, like, for example, let's say American public schools, you don't write that many essays, right?
Yeah, you
Compared to
don't.
how many, like in
It's mostly like tests
and stuff. So in IB, essay is a big thing, and it's going to be
Yeah,
really
and the-
overwhelming for you.
and
By
the
the way,
entire
Do you
IB
have a multiple choice English test?
What do you mean by that?
You have multiple choice science tests.
No, I mean like I've heard that some people do multiple choice English tests.
What do you mean?
For IB or
No, for public school.
well,
I don't think that's possible.
I maybe somewhere. I mean, I do that in Chinese.
Really? Like
Well, no, in like Chinese middle school.
how does that work?
Oh, it's mostly grammar based. So like,
yeah, see, that
it's
makes
like
sense.
Oh, pick the correct word or something.
yeah, pick the correct word,
Ah,
something
okay.
like that. So yeah, and we do have readings with multiple choice, but that's like it. And I believe they do continue throughout high school until Gaokao. Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
Then let's move on to our next segment.
Ian's World News. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, number one on the agenda.
First,
Impeachment. Trump
the impeachment. Trump impeachment. As you guys know, Nancy Pelosi.
Pelosi.
What? Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, and Chairman Adam Schiff, they basically the entire Democratic Party was outraged by Trump's dealings with Ukraine. He basically called the president of Ukraine with the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and officially nudged them to had a friendly suggestion about investigating in Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden's son?
Joe Biden's son about so-called corruption. Currently, there are no evidence of any Joe Biden's involvement in Ukrainian politics or money, of that matter. But he still did that. Many people view this as using your presidential power to interfere in an election in which you would get the upper hand by doing
Research and finding stuff about
Under the table stuff.
doing under table stuff to deter Joe Biden, which is Trump's
blackmail, right?
top opponent. I think he's polling for like 30, nearly 40% in most of the polls. Elizabeth Warren's coming up, but that's not the same matter. But then after Ukraine, there are multiple whistleblowers.
two now, right?
Well, now it's two. Multiple whistleblowers that came out and said he also said the same thing. Well, he actually announced it. Well, he actually said it in front of his helicopter, I think, to the press that China should also investigate Joe Biden. And first, well, it's China. It's not really the friendliest country to the U.S. to help Donald Trump, the guy who started the trade war. And it's one of the major foreign powers. So technically, Donald Trump is publicly inviting another foreign power to meddle with the 2020 election.
America.
Well, that is unacceptable, and that's so-called. I wouldn't ingest my personal opinion in here, but that, in many people's mind, is impeachable. So that's why the House launched an impeachment investigation, and more whistleblowers came up, more evidence surfaced. The Mike Pompeo was subpoenaed and didn't actually go there. The White House was subpoenaed, and I think another guy. I can't remember his name. He's also in the Trump cabinet, a prominent member, but not in this huge position. But those people were subpoenaed and questions are being asked, and Donald Trump is outraged, basically.
Yeah, and he's probably
Like always. And he basically stopped calling medias that report such the impeachment investigation fake news. They call them corrupt news. Well, which is a change in terms.
Yeah.
More about politics. The Chinese.
Oh
parade.
yeah, the parade.
Military parade.
That's precisely why we got a 9 days break.
Did you guys actually go to it?
We're not allowed. You're not supposed. You're not allowed
You can't
to.
get there.
Well,
Sunfront is.
No, you can't.
No, you can, but it's not really possible. You have to be invited.
yeah.
It's really
I've got a
complicated.
few friends from my Chinese primary school who actually went there with the school, of course, to cheer for it. But yeah, it's basically a gigantic parade with that celebrates the foundation of the People's Republic of China 70 years ago, 1949. Well, it's a huge parade followed by a People's Parade, which is a bunch of people walking through Tiananmen and with gigantic,
Tanks and.
No, tanks were before that. No, I'm talking about the people.
the parade.
After
They
after
made
the
these cool
military.
geometrical structures of people, and in the night they had these LED flashing things.
Well, yeah.
And some people said that it was like very beautiful, and when they form a shape together, and then at the very end they all came together into a rectangle, and their flashing panels flashed the Chinese flag,
Well, yeah.
which was kind of cool.
So in that parade, it's very Chinese style, I would say. Like for the military part, it's like every single other Chinese parade, either from 2015 for the 70 years of the defeat of fascism, or I think 2009 for the 60th year of foundation of PRC. So it's generally the same, but with some new weapons like DF-41 ICBM, which is basically intercontinental ballistic missile, which is speculated to have the ability of carrying multiple warheads to fly to basically anywhere on Earth. It's a big missile, much bigger than the North Korean one. So
Obviously.
That rocket guy.
yeah. So yeah, that's a new thing. In the military parade, but other than that, it's a standard Chinese parade. Well, yeah. At the same time, in Hong Kong.
Yes. Oh, this is a rough subject to talk about here.
Yeah, you guys probably know what happened in Hong Kong, and I don't really want to elaborate it since
China.
we're physically in China and I'm the only Chinese in here. So, and I'm talking about this. You guys. Okay, Hong Kong. Just.
Do you want us to talk about it?
No,
Just in case.
I'm just gonna do it. It's what happened in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is basically the protesters in Hong Kong is basically setting up fires in front of official offices and train stations and whatnot, and starting to protest to like raise awareness and basically embarrass Beijing in such an occasion. Well, the Foundation Day, basically.
Yeah.
And they have successfully did it by finally provoking the first use of lethal weapon in 18 weeks of protest.
Yeah, the guy got shot.
A guy got shot from a police officer who shot him with a revolver
Through the lungs.
through the lungs, punctured, and that. And I'm actually pretty surprised that the cop, well, fired an entire round of revolver into that guy, but
Somehow.
what? Only one? Oh, okay.
Only one round.
Yeah,
One bullet or one
one
round?
bullet or
One bullet.
one
Yeah.
bullet.
Only one bullet. But somehow, still, it's a bullet.
Somehow I remember
Through your
it
chest.
was it was a round.
And but it's still like
Yeah.
really cool that they
Oh, wow.
survived.
Okay,
But yeah, alright.
but yeah, they have successfully raised the attention from it. And in China, we got a new gigantic octopusy-like airport.
Kinky.
Beijing Daxing International.
Beijing Daxing International Airport. So
Up to what?
Well, it's designed by Zaha Hadid Architects.
yeah.
But at the same time, it does look like officially they called it the starfish design, but since it has like 6 endings,
It's got a few branches with a few branches on top of that to host the plane.
it looks more like a snowflake actually.
Well, yeah. But whatever, it's a gigantic airport. The Chinese international, well, Beijing International Airport is already running overload. So, well, it's a new addition.
It's good.
It's a great new addition. And yeah,
Pretty much it.
that's about the news that you guys would need for.
No, Nathaniel.
Dude,
You're wise.
Nathaniel's wise. Haha, greatest segment of them all.
Nope.
Discrimination.
Yeah.
Today, we'll be answering the question,
The age-old question.
why we leave home. Home on the range with a
Homeward
buffalo
bound.
plate. Folks, where do you consider your homes to be?
That's a great question.
Especially to you, scene since you are
Third
such a
culture
multi-
child.
TCK.
Well, we're all
Yeah.
TCK except for Ian.
Wait,
Well-
you guys are also. Wait.
Third culture kid? What's a third culture kid? What does it even mean?
That's when you are born in a country that's not your citizenship country and you grow up in
No,
a different place,
wait.
different language.
I don't think I'm a TCK.
No, this is your second culture. It's not your third culture.
Yeah, so... yeah,
So I think his third culture kid is like Sam.
Yeah.
Or
Why?
Because Sam is Russian.
Yeah.
A third
He grew up
culture
in-
kid is a
grew up
person
in
that is
China.
raised in a culture other than their parents or the culture of the country named on their passport for a significant part of their early development years.
But
So
isn't that like second culture?
it doesn't matter.
Well, a third means any other.
Ah,
in
sure.
this
like
case.
third party or whatever.
Then you guys
Maybe Hong
are-
Kong now. It's in Hong Kong.
No, but like, when did you move to Hong Kong? At what
When I
age?
was like 9.
3 years is not that significant. I don't know. It might be.
I honestly have no idea.
But Timofey, you.
Timothy's been in China for a while.
So are you third culture? I don't think.
Well, I had this break for 2 years when I left China.
But when did you come to China?
I came quite young,
So yeah, so
Like
he is.
six-
before school.
Ah, okay.
So he is a third. So Timofey, Nate probably is one, and I'm also one, and except for Ian,
I mean, Sam was born in China.
doesn't really count.
But he's got a Russian passport. So
Of course.
Of course. It's
Born in China, has a Russian passport, basically a Russian.
Goes to Chinese.
Goes to Chinese B. And for some reason, he's in an English school.
Because why not?
Well, he finished Chinese school.
He finished Chinese school and then finished Russian school and then
He didn't finish Russian school. He quit.
he got a certificate.
He dropped
of some
out.
sort, right?
He dropped out.
Did he say he got IGCSE certificate thing?
Something.
Yeah,
like that.
GCSE, but he dropped out of Russian school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So-
he's got the Chinese certificate, the IGCSE certificate, and then the IBMIP certificate.
And now going for DP.
Which is okay. Those 3 certificates are
Overkill.
absolutely useless.
So, folks, home. where do we consider
It's
our
middle
homes
school.
to be? Timothy, home. Home on the range.
Well, I always claim 2 addresses.
2 addresses. 2. You can't have. Can you have 2 homes? Ooh, that's a question.
Well, you can.
Home is where the heart is.
Exactly. Well, considering the fact that I reside in Beijing right now on a permanent basis,
Home is your house then?
you can call that. But then you also have your hometown, your homeland. So depends on if you ask me like, where is your home? Where do you live?
Your place of origin.
Place of origin is a very different place from
No, like place of, I don't know, of where your favorite part of you comes from. Like your
favorite part of me comes from.
Yeah.
Maybe some ancestors somewhere in Europe. I don't know.
Wait, favorite part of you as in
so like
as in
culture.
physical or?
No,
That-
like
yeah.
learned, like mannerism.
Well,
Damn,
That's a really tough.
that
My home is
is
definitely
an
China.
extremely deep topic that, especially the Chinese and Russian cultures are very different. It's just not something we should discuss.
Really?
I would say, because now you also have internet culture,
It's not culture.
where it literally like doesn't matter where you're from because everyone loves
You
memes.
can, your home can be anywhere.
Yeah, your home can be on the internet literally because everything insert into your brain is from the internet.
And the language of the internet is English, so apparently it doesn't really matter where you come from as long as you speak English.
Yeah.
The second most spoken language on the internet is, of course, Russian, but I'm surprised it's not Chinese.
It's not Chinese?
It's not Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because China is very focused on its internal resources, like internet resources.
Sure.
You have your own social media,
Well, we do, but
streaming services.
did they count? Did they count all of those Chinese sites and whatnot?
Not really sure actually, but I think that
It would be hard to count.
Well, because
Well,
you
of
have the
course it
because
would be.
only WeChat is a mega app. It's hard to consider WeChat a
You see, where do you
force.
consider your home to be?
Yeah.
Where you draw
Define home.
Where you draw your sceneness from?
What is your sceneness?
That's
Exactly. What makes you
What
scene?
makes you
What makes you
scene?
scene?
Like your favorite.
that doesn't define his home.
Oh,
Yeah.
his favorite quality of him.
What is my favorite?
Intrinsic quality. You know.
I would
What is
say,
the intrinsic?
I would just say Morocco because I was born in the States. 5 months later, boom, I grew up in Morocco. So Morocco's literally my childhood. That's where I grew up and everything. So I would say Morocco's my home.
Oh.
And of course, China.
Well, typical answer would be Chinese. Well, my home would be China. But,
Where you learnt about watches and stuff.
but no, yeah. You brought up a great point. Like, if the definition of a home is where you got to where you are and what makes what
makes
culture
you-
that makes you you,
Yeah, your
then
nature.
I would honestly be more in line with the Western world, I guess, because
Internet culture, yeah, because like
that's okay. Maybe
It could be
you can
considered.
say that, but through internet and through the open ages of China, I basically grew up. Well, of course, family influence. I basically grew up in a rather Western society. Well, I love watching a lot of those stuff, which is not typical in China, and as you can see, well, sorry, not see, as you can hear, I speak English
Yeah.
rather well, if I may say so for myself, but whatever.
But you fix phones.
Well, I do fix phones. I fix phones.
You
I
fix
do a lot of
everything.
stuff.
But then, why do we leave home then?
there's so many reasons why.
So many.
At least for me, it's economic. Economic reasons.
Economic reasons.
My
Go
teachers.
get the ching.
My parents are teachers, so they have to move, and obviously we're gonna move with them. So
Yeah.
I think it's the same reason for you, Timofey. I don't know, same reason.
My,
Economic.
my father started to work back in China, and then we all, as a family, pulled over here.
So yeah, it's always economic reasons. Well, not always, but most likely.
Oh,
Economic.
some people say that they follow their dreams when in fact they're just like, I want to study here or I want to work there, but instead of that they say, I follow my dreams.
Let
But
them
in fact,
on.
that's like super fake. That's such a fake answer.
Well, yeah, that is.
Unless you're retiring and you wanted to visit some country, but that
or
doesn't-
die in one country, whatever. It's
maybe where the burial is for the government's money.
yeah, but like okay, for me, I do want to go to Canada. Why? I think that place is more in line with my so-called cultural home rather than my actual physical home. I love China and everything, but like that's just more culturally aligned with who I am and what I'm doing and who I'm going to be. So that's kind of why I will move.
Yeah.
I
think
will leave my home.
the end goal of everyone is to get back to home.
Well,
Not really. Some
No,
people
not
hate
really.
their home so much they just
like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. Come on, that's a song references. Come on. Here I go again. Whitesnake. Fine.
But yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I would think about returning to my home country, though I go there every single year, multiple times, because for me it's just a hop across the border with northern China.
Yeah.
So it is really simple to come back home, but on the other hand, staying there wouldn't always be the right choice, since I am currently
Yeah.
a IB student aiming to explore the world through an academic perspective for at least the next
Yeah.
couple years.
Next decade or so.
Well, yeah. If you consider master's degree, for example.
Yeah.
All right, so that
Yeah.
wraps up
Any
all-
concluding statements or things you want to talk
Home
about?
is where the heart is.
Like I
Okay,
said,
let's do this. Let's. I'm gonna ask each of you the same question. So, Yassine, what is something that you would like to recommend to the listeners?
what do you mean
Something,
recommend?
something cultural, something like a book or like a movie or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
Or maybe like a thing that you want them to have or something like that.
I'd recommend reading the book Nausea.
Huh.
What? You got what? You got a problem?
Do you
with
think
that?
just take your choice?
Did I just take your choice? Okay.
Are
yeah,
you
just
having- are
read
you
that book.
having
It's really
nauseous?
like deep and it's gonna hit you hard once you finish reading it.
Ah,
You?
no, Timothy. Okay.
Timothy's
Whatever.
dying.
Timothy's dying for some reason.
I recommend Narnia.
What's that?
Narnia?
So good.
Narnia?
So good.
This Narnia that I have right here?
Read it sequentially, folks. Oh, what about you, Ian?
Ian,
I'll just
watch
say-
it.
Hey, I would just say don't prejudge someone who likes watches because
It's interesting to listen to be honest.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's got history. It's got heritage, and it's not about actually showing off. And yeah, I get it, Rolex or whatever. It's not about flexing. Some people does it, but just don't prejudge the watch community with those. Because I love watches.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm back. So I would suggest to people to watch some movies because I'm more of a film person. Like visual aid is necessary for me because like contrary to let's say Nate, I don't recognize books that well. So for me, reading is not a challenge, but whenever I read, I have to dig into the book to actually get something out of it. But when you're watching a movie, it kind of comes to you easily and more naturally. Therefore, you don't have to actually...
Any movie in particular?
any movie
Give us one movie.
One movie.
that really inspired me.
Yes, like Inception or something. Interstellar.
Interstellar is a fantastic movie.
Interstellar it is.
Yeah,
Nolan.
but
Christopher Nolan, so good.
I could list a lot of movies here, so I can't really
Just
come
do one. Just do one.
I can't come out with
Out of your head. First one.
out of my head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Anyway, we
Anyway,
hope this
that's-
episode was some shape or form useful for you.
Or entertaining if that's your use of this podcast.
We hope you'll listen to our future podcast, and also don't forget to subscribe. Of course, we're gonna do the end thing here, and you also have to leave a comment. We don't have to.
Not
but
have to leave.
We'll really appreciate it because we want to improve this podcast, and we need your
Nate's
feedback.
dancing right now, so if you want Nate to dance more, you can subscribe and leave comments.
Hey, if we get over 100 views on this, podcast, we'll film Nate dancing. How about that?
He's dancing right now.
Yeah.
So.
We
Yeah.
hope you have a good day or night. We love you all.
yeah.
Or
There's
have
no-
a good sleep if you're listening to this and you are already sleeping. But whatever.
Cheers.
There's no
Cheers.
place like home.
Fine.
Adios.
Bye.